It was supposed to be an innocent family outing in search of greenery for Christmas decorations, but on a cold December day in 1958, the Martin family vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions, conflicting sightings, and a mystery that has haunted investigators for decades. What began as an ordinary trip quickly unraveled into one of the most unsettling disappearances in American history. In this episode of Haunted Hangout, we're stepping back into that day, following the last known movements of the Martins and exploring the theories that still linger more than half a century later.
Welcome to Haunted Hangout, a podcast for those fascinated by the unexplained, captivated by the paranormal, and entranced by the absurd. I'm your host, Chelsea.
And I'm your host, Liz.
Hello, we're back.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And
I should say Crumpusmas.
Merry Crumpusmas.
Merry Crumpus. I don't know.
I don't know
what's
either.
going on.
I don't know either.
There's
what year
so
is
much
it?
snow outside. It's just
Yeah.
fogging my entire brain.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Happy New Year as well.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all the things.
All of them.
How was your Christmas? I don't know if I asked you that.
Oh, it was good. It was just busy, but it was
Yeah,
nice.
same.
What did we do? Not too much, just a bunch of like family
Family
stuff.
stuff, yeah.
And it was really nice.
Yeah,
It was
that's good.
chill this year.
Chill is good because
It was
I feel like
fun.
that's rare for
Yeah.
people.
It
to
was
have, like, a chill one.
it was just like it's like back to back, but like
Yeah.
but it was nice. Like everyone was like good vibes, like, you know.
Yeah.
It was just like
I
it was
love that.
fun. Yeah. Yeah, it was lots of good food and
That's all you could want. That's all I
truly-
want.
No, truly.
And good food.
It was nice.
Good
yeah.
food, good vibes.
And now it's January.
And now it's
so
fucking January.
do you have any New Year's resolutions?
No.
Fair.
Well, like, not resolutions necessarily, but like, I just want to keep myself busy, but also like on the days where, like, give myself some grace in terms of
Yeah.
like, you're allowed to like have a day where you don't do anything.
Yeah.
And like, not make myself feel guilty for like not doing things.
Yeah, like productivity,
Yeah.
anxiety. Yeah.
I think like that's like what I'd like to like work on this year is like,
Yeah.
hey, like, I'm gonna give myself this one day on the weekend,
Just to
like,
relax.
to do nothing.
Yeah.
And to not like sit there and be like, oh, but I should be doing this and I could be doing this and I could blah, 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 because I will spiral.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and do that, but also like still have like lots to keep myself busy with. I guess I want to read more.
Yeah.
That's been that. I guess that's a resolution.
Oh,
Right?
definitely.
Read more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say like that's kind of.
Do you have like a goal for how many books you want to read this
No,
year?
I'm not gonna. I feel like that's just setting myself up for failure. I'm just gonna try and like, because I've had a stack of books beside my nightstand, which you probably saw when you stepped
Yeah.
over, that have been there for years.
Yeah.
And I have I think a few of them I've like read the first chapter and then I like stop. So I want to get through that stack. And then I'd like to get like a Kindle or something. Once I
Ooh,
finish
I
that stack.
love my Kindle.
Yeah, my
It's-
sister just got one.
It's great. I love it.
So-
Did she get the new one?
I think so.
Oh, the new one's
I'm
really
assuming
nice.
it's a new one, yeah. So that's kind of my plan. I'm like, as long as I get through that stock this year, I think
Yeah.
like I'll be happy.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, how about you? Do you have any resolutions?
My resolutions are always like the same, but just
Yeah.
to like keep my consistent like gym schedule.
yeah.
So like at least 4 times a week. And then I always do like last year I did 10,000 steps a day. I didn't do all of them, but like that was my goal.
To do at least. Yeah.
Like 10, like 7 to 10. And then this year I was like, I really want to do 12. So,
Oh,
and I've
okay.
been doing 12, like each, I actually got 14 on Saturday because
wow.
I just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've just been consistent with it.
That's
So
good.
it's like January 4th, but like, yeah, so I've been good
Hey,
so far.
you know what? It counts.
I've been getting 12,000
All year,
steps.
I've been doing it.
So, yeah, so I'm going
love
to
that.
try to get 12,000 steps, at
Yeah.
least like Monday to Friday. And
Fair,
then,
yeah.
But so far
Do
I've
you
been
just,
doing
like-
it every day.
Because you have a walking pad, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just do it that way.
Well, I do like I'll always do like at the end of my like workout, I'll always
Yeah.
do like 30 minutes of cardio.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do like I'll walk on my walking pad. And
Yeah.
I walk outside with Murph and
Murph,
stuff
yeah.
too. So
That's good.
yeah, it helps to get I find that like the trick is like you have to get like at least like half of it done in the morning. If you get like half of it done
Yeah.
like before lunch, then you're usually good.
Yeah.
So if you like
don't leave it all till like
yeah, don't leave it all to fucking like I've done this before where
Yeah.
it's like after work and you're like, fuck, I have 1,000 steps. I literally have to get like so many more.
oh god. Yeah, I feel like
So-
that's just like how are you, especially after work.
Yeah.
Like, the last thing I want to do is
The
like
last thing
move.
you want to do is literally like go on a walking pad and just like walk for the rest of your evening. So yeah, I find if I like break it up and then I do like a lunch walk, then it like helps with the steps.
Smart.
But,
See, I love walking. I just like to do it. I like it as like a summer activity, like when it's nice
Yeah.
outside. So like
Yeah.
in the winter, I find it really hard to like I
Yeah.
don't want to go outside.
yeah, it's tough because it's like
Other than
so
like
cold.
for my dog's like very short walks because she be an old gal. She can't walk very far anymore. But
That's why I got the walking pad.
yeah,
So.
maybe I should invest in one of those this year. There's
Yeah.
I want a fucking dishwasher
Okay, yeah,
because
that's
we don't
a
have a
little bit.
dishwasher in our little apartment.
I'd say that's more of a priority
Yeah.
than a walking pad.
Yeah. So like that, and then there's like we've got like I'm trying to like I don't know, make our space just a bit more like nice.
Yeah.
Because we still have like when you like first move out and you just have like hand me down furniture and like whatever people give you, and it like we're now to the point where I've like replaced almost all of it.
Oh, that's good.
So I just want to get a new like TV stand and like organize our area a little better so it's like not as cluttered. I think that'll like help me too in terms of
100%.
like because like being in clutter like isn't good for my mental health. Like I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I think that'll help me and like obviously not having to do dishes all the fucking time.
Yeah. Like hand washing
Oh,
shit.
it's
a
all
pure
I hate it so
nightmare.
much. So anyway, that's like I guess it's not a resolution, but another thing that
No, I like
I'd like us
that. I feel
to
like
accomplish this
revitalizing
year.
your space like helps bring in like new energy and like
right.
new like it makes you like feel good. Like I'm the same. Like
Yeah.
I hate clutter. Like
Same.
it overwhelms me so much.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
It makes like
stand
my
it.
brain feel
yeah, it makes my
cluttered.
brain feel cluttered
Yeah.
as well. Like I have to like I always have to tidy up. Like at the end of the work day, I have to like put things in their place.
Yeah.
Like so I get it. Like and I feel like it really does. Like when you change up stuff, it really does like bring in new energy into your
Right.
space, which is like important.
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, eventually I'll get a walking pad because I do
Yeah,
think that'll
yeah.
be like nice.
It is nice, honestly. Like, and when I first got it, I was going through, like, I was watching people on YouTube, like, walk the grounds of Hogwarts.
Oh my god. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like they just put it on like YouTube or something.
Yeah, so it'll be like Hogwarts Legacy, but they're like
Oh.
walking from like Hogsmeade to Hogwarts, and it'll be like autumn or like winter.
Yeah. Oh,
so I
that's
just like
I
did
love
like
that.
winter or like I did like Christmas like walk through the castle. So
Ooh, I like that idea.
it was really fun. And then I was really into it. So then I asked my brother to get me Hogwarts Legacy,
Yeah.
which we talked about.
Yes.
But it's
Love
really
that.
fun. Highly recommend. But yeah, like that's, I don't know why I was telling you this, but
It's okay.
yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah.
When I first got the walking pad, like that's what I was doing in my morning walks to make it more like interesting. So you're not just like watching TV or like
Right.
staring at something or
It's
like
kinda like
whatever. It's
you're-
kind of like interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that idea. Okay. So oh, I guess before, have you heard of this?
I think so.
Disappearance?
I definitely don't remember lots of it.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
I definitely need. But
no,
I
you
feel
definitely
like I
have because Hearts Hurts Pounding.
yeah, I feel
she's
like
done
I
it.
did. Yeah, I have listened to it, but I forget.
Yeah.
Like I forget so much of what I listened to.
Honestly, same. I've been re-listening to Crime Junkie episodes from like years
Yeah.
ago, and I'm like, this is like a brand new
Yeah,
case to me because I don't remember anything.
100%. I'm like that too. Same with like I was listening to this one episode from Psychopedia. I like just started listening to them like within like last year, and I think the Tank Sinatra is so funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so is Investigator Slater. But yeah. So anyway, so I was listening to them, and I was just like, this seems familiar. Have I listened to the like? Have I
Yeah.
did this by another pod? And then I realized that I've actually just listened to this episode by them before. I
Oh.
just like didn't
forgot.
didn't realize until there's like one part in the case,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Wait a sec.
wait a damn minute.
Wait a
I
damn
know what
minute.
happens
Yeah.
in here. You know, something
Yeah.
like shook something loose in my brain.
That happens to me too sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, now I kind of like
connect the dots.
Yeah, like
so
place.
I'm sure once we get to a certain part in the story,
Yeah,
I'll be
you're gonna
like,
be like,
oh,
oh, okay,
yeah, I remember.
But there has been like updates since she's released that episode, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Because there was like stuff happening this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When did this case like happen?
1958.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Why do I think everything happened in the 90s?
I don't know.
I don't know. Every case I'm like, feels like it's 1992.
No.
Okay, well,
50s.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time. Okay.
A long time.
So, on the afternoon of Sunday, December 7th, 1958, 58-year-old Kenneth Martin, his wife, 48-year-old Barbara Martin, and their 3 daughters, Barbie, Virginia, and Susan, who ranged in age from 14 to 11, piled into their red and white Ford station wagon. The Christmas season was in full swing for the family, and they planned to drive to the Columbia River Gorge to collect greenery for decorations.
Interesting.
Which I feel like is
family outing.
So wholesome. Well,
it is wholesome.
I don't know if now it's a thing as much, but I think
definitely
back then,
not. I feel like back then it was.
Yeah, it was more of like a thing.
Now it's
to like go.
I feel like all their names are really giving like 50s, like Barbie,
1000%.
Barbara, Susan,
Virgin.
Is
Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't realize that. I didn't hear her name, but yeah,
it's okay. Yes,
it also
Virginia's
gives 1958. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So based on the dishes left in the sink and the laundry left in the washing machine, it's speculated that the family planned to be gone for just a few hours. But by the next morning, the family still had not returned home. Kenneth failed to show up for work. No one had seen or heard from Barbara, and the 3 girls weren't in school. By 9:30 p.m., a concerned friend of the family decided to report the Martin family missing to the sheriff's office. This friend was familiar with the Martins' tradition of collecting greenery along the Columbia River and let police know that they would sometimes travel as far as Mosier, a town about 70 miles or 112 kilometers away from Portland, Oregon, where the family lived. So several units were dispatched to search for the family as well as their car in the Larch Mountain area and the western edge of the Columbia River Gorge, which I will try to there's a lot of places. This is very map oriented.
Oh fuck.
To try and orient.
I do not.
I'm out.
I do not know geography. I don't do fucking maps.
I'm gonna try when we post this episode, I'll send it to you so you can post it on social media.
Yeah.
I'll try and take a screenshot and highlight all these places.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening, you can go to our post and kind of be okay, this is here, because it's all everywhere that I will mention is all along the Columbia River, but it still helps to
visualize it.
Yeah, see a visual aid. So the police also began to work on a timeline of the family's movements the day prior. Many of their neighbors had seen the Martins leave their home around 1 or 2 p.m. More witnesses also called in with tips with further sightings of the family. A woman alleged that she had seen a red and white Ford station wagon pull into a Christmas tree farm called Martin's Acreage on December 7th. She was fairly sure this was the Martin family, as she claimed to have overheard the farm's owner's wife talking with the family about having the same last name. So their last name was Martin as well. This witness placed the sighting around 2 p.m. Another man came forward and said that he had been driving down the road leading off of Larch Mountain and believed that the Martin station wagon had been in front of him. So a few days after the Martin family's disappearance, the Hood River Sheriff's Office discovered tire tracks on the banks of the Columbia River in the small town of Cascade Locks, leading the investigators to wonder if the family may have accidentally backed their car into the water.
Oh fuck, that's an actual nightmare.
Yeah.
Drowning in a car.
Oh. We've talked about
We've been down this before. I already told you my escape plan. Yes. Okay. I had a dream about it recently, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like
it. Was in the winter.
Oh, see, and it being in the winter makes it
you're
worse.
in ice. Goodbye.
I hate that.
Goodbye.
And the water.
And
was
Murphy
so cold.
was in the car with me, and so was Liv. But then I woke up and I was I saved everyone. Everything is fine, because I was
fine.
I was brain, we're not fucking going back in there.
We're not doing
That's
it.
horrible.
We're not doing that
just
today.
started backing up, and we got to the water, and then I woke up and I was like, what?
Oh
what?
my god. Ew, I hate that.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was actually disgusting.
Truly hate that.
Yeah, it was horrible. Anyway.
So, several searches of the surrounding water were conducted by divers, but they were unable to locate the Martin station wagon. On December 23rd, Kenneth's sister Charlotte, who had been periodically checking up on the family's house, found a credit card receipt in the mail that showed the family had bought 5 gallons worth of gas from a gas station in Cascade Locks on December 7th. This new clue proved that the family had in fact traveled farther east than they had originally suspected and had been in Cascade Locks. So this is if you're looking at Portland, So, like, the Columbia River is, like, this way. Portland's here. So, initially, they thought, like, the family had gone, like, to here. But they'd actually, like, traveled further east along the Columbia River. So, they're like, okay, new area to look now. So, since the family had vanished, police had been receiving tips about an abandoned car that they had seen parked just east of Cascade Locks. This car was not the Martins' car, but police looked into these tips anyway. The car had first been spotted on December 8th, and by the time police went to check it out, the car had been towed. Police were able to identify the car's owner as Mario Alvarez, who lived in California. Mario had told police that his roommate, Lester Price, had borrowed the car.
Lester.
After Lester failed to return the car, Mario had reported it stolen. Police looked into Lester.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
It's okay. So, police had looked into Lester and discovered he had a rap sheet that included crimes such as burglary, theft, and writing bad checks.
Oh, damn. Lester be bad.
Lester be bad. Given Lester's criminal background and that the car he had been driving was discovered near the same town the Martin family had been in on the day they disappeared, investigators started to wonder if he could be connected to the case.
Oh.
So, 10 days after the car was towed, the area was searched. A woman's black glove was found, and they believe this glove belonged to Barbara. Police had also received tips from witnesses who had seen the Martins' car in this area on December 7th. In one of these tips, the witness had seen the Martins' car parked on an access road near a bridge, and two men had been standing outside of the car talking to the car's occupants. Police later began to dismiss this theory when it was revealed that Lester was known to be in California on December 9th, just 2 days after the Martins disappeared, leading them to believe he couldn't have been in Oregon beforehand. However, this raised new questions, as witnesses reported seeing the car Lester had been driving abandoned on December 8th, the day before he was confirmed to be in California. So unless those sightings were mistaken, it would mean Lester had been in Oregon and then somehow made it back to California by December 9th. So further proving that Lester had been in Oregon before December 9th, a man who ran a brothel in Washington, and Washington is like, so the Columbia River is like here, and like Oregon's on one side of it, and Washington is literally like right on the other side of the river. So it's like, it's pretty close. A man who ran a brothel in Washington had come forward and said that Lester and a man named Roy Light had been together at the brothel sometime between December 7th and December 10th. On December 15th, a police officer in Boise, Idaho saw a car that possibly resembled the Martin station wagon parked in a gravel pit. In the car, he saw two men sleeping. He was also pretty sure that the car had an Oregon license plate, but police were unable to find anything that definitively tied Lester and Roy to the Martins, and it was discovered that the black glove they had found was not Barbara's. So essentially, like, there's like possible sightings of like these two men with their car, but like at the time the police officer who saw this, like, there's nothing like wrong with what they were doing, so he obviously didn't like look into it further in the moment. He only like thought it was maybe significant after the fact, and like by that point,
like revisiting the facts.
Like you can't really, like, obviously like the car wasn't still there. So, and then in late September, police received yet another tip from a waitress who worked at a diner in Hood River, another town further east along the Columbia River. So again, we're still going like we just keep going further east. So she was confident that she waited on the Martin family on December 7th. She stated that the family had arrived from the west and when they left continued heading west, suggesting that they had traveled east at some point and were now making their way back to their home in Portland.
Okay.
So they're kind of thinking like however far along they went, they did what they were going to do, and now they're on their way back home and they stopped at this diner and then they're still going to
keep
This raised the possibility that they had in fact gone as far as Mosier, which is where the one like family friend who knew they did this said like sometimes they do travel as far as Mosier.
Oh, okay.
But they weren't sure if they had on this day, but it seems like they might have.
Gotcha.
So the waitress believed the Martins had arrived at the diner sometime between 4:30 and 5:15 p.m. and then left about an hour later. But what makes this detail even more intriguing is that the diner's owner placed Lester Price and Roy Light at the diner at the same time as the family. And noted...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so those two men.
Yeah.
And noted that they left around the same time. So, suspicious. Yeah. However, by this stage of the investigation, police had already ruled out Price and Light as suspects. Neither man was ever located or formally questioned. So like
what?
They literally could not find these men. So like there's like people coming forward, like witnesses coming forward and saying that they saw these men in the area, but police couldn't find them after.
That is
by this
so
point,
interesting
and they never
to
found
me.
them. So, I mean, who knows, right? Because
Yeah.
they were never questioned. So, I don't know. It is suspicious that they like disappeared after this happened. But
100%.
anyway, so in January of 1959, so this is about like a month-ish later, a gun was found buried just off of the highway and along the Columbia River near Cascade Locks. The gun appeared to be covered in dried blood and the butt was damaged. It appeared as though 1 bullet had been fired and 8 bullets remained in the magazine. However, the Hood River sheriff, who must not have thought the gun was relevant to the investigation, let the man who found the gun keep it, and it was never processed as evidence.
What the fuck?
It's like, hey,
you found this, you can keep finders keepers.
like, even if you don't think it's like tied to
yeah,
the
why the
Martins,
fuck would you let this random guy keep it?
there's like blood on it. Like clearly,
So-
it might have been used in a different crime.
yeah,
like, you should
legit. Like,
still
why,
keep it.
Why would you? I don't understand.
I don't know
I don't know
either.
that. I don't get that.
I don't know.
get that.
It's the 50s. I don't know what they were doing back then. Anyway, so in either January or February of 1959, tire impressions were discovered on a bluff that led into the Columbia River and the
I
Dales.
just can't
Yeah.
believe we let him keep it.
Yeah, they're like, I don't think that's relevant. You can just have it. Like, pardon?
Why are people so dumb?
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, so tire impressions were discovered on a bluff that led into the Columbia River and the Dales. So this is like, they found tire tracks in Cascade Locks, but then they also found another set in the Dales, which is a city in Oregon along the Columbia River, but it's actually even further east than Mosier. So it's pretty far.
Yeah, a map will definitely be helpful.
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah.
I need a
There's
visual
a lot
aid
of,
right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking, I mean, like, I can show you now.
Yeah.
So you can see.
So I was like, I'm kind of just visualizing like a straight line.
It kind of is,
and then like
honestly.
points.
Like, it legit is. Okay, so
But it's helpful because I can see your hand gestures. Like,
Yeah.
you know. Oh.
so this is so that's
Yeah.
Portland. This is the Columbia River up here, and then Washington's up here.
Oh my god, it's that close to. Wait. It's like Vancouver?
It's Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah. No, my brain clicked
No,
that in for a second. I was like,
first was like, wait, Vancouver?
I'm like, why is my geography so?
I know. I was like, damn, I'm real bad.
Yeah,
no,
it's
but
like,
I was like,
didn't
no.
realize that.
Vancouver,
No.
Washington.
Yeah, Vancouver, Washington. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where they lived, was Portland. So this is the Columbia River where they like were driving. So we get to they keep like driving up. That's Cascade Locks, and they keep going. There's Hood River,
Hood River.
and then you keep going. That's Mosier,
Mosier.
and then you keep going, and then there's the Dales.
Oh damn.
So like it's just,
What happens if you keep going?
I think it's a different.
Where are we?
I don't know where the fuck we are.
Where are we going?
For this episode's case, we don't need to go farther than that, which is good. But
Now I'm just curious. Oh.
oh, and there's Boise, Idaho. So that's where that guy saw what looked like the Martin's car in a gravel pit.
That's wild.
So like all the way fucking over here.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's like
How long, like, by car would it take you to get from like Portland to Mosier?
to Mosier,
Yeah, just put it in. Because it looks really far in the map. I'm just
like an hour.
Okay, so it's not.
Yeah.
I literally thought this was like days.
Oh, no,
of
no.
trips, but yeah, that puts
But
it into
it's
good
like-
context.
Yeah,
for
exactly. Okay, so they discovered these tire tracks in the Dales. So the tread discovered seemingly matched the tires on the Martin's car. Further, cream-colored paint chips were found on a rock near the edge of the bluff. Remember, their car was like white
Yeah.
and red, but I think it was mostly white. So police ultimately did not believe this was connected to the Martins, as they felt the family wouldn't have traveled that far east, and the bluff wasn't located near a roadway where a car could have accidentally gone over. So I think this is like, they're thinking like if they did truly like accidentally end up in the water, like it would have been off of like a main roadway, and this was kind of like not at all. Again, but I don't know, I feel like the police are like being a bit quick to like dismiss shit.
Yeah,
in
I
this
agree.
case.
I feel like it's not that much further, and they probably should have looked into that.
Yeah.
But based on anyway.
Yeah. So on May 3rd, 1959, so it's been I don't know how many months,
growling.
five-ish months since the family disappeared. A body was discovered in the Columbia River near Camas, Washington. So the following day, another body was found in the water by the Bonneville Dam, located close to Cascade Locks. The two bodies were identified as Susan and Virginia, the two youngest Martin daughters.
That's so sad.
Yeah. So during the girls' autopsies, examiners noted that their bodies appeared to have been submerged in cold, deep water for a long period, likely since the family first disappeared.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Their stomach contents also included food consistent with the family's reported diner meal, hamburgers and french fries. It was believed that the girls had eaten this food around 2 hours before they died. Susan and Virginia's cause of death was ultimately ruled as drowning, but interestingly, a Multnomah County autopsy technician had also conducted a report and noted what looked like gunshot wounds in Virginia and Susan's skulls that were located in the exact same spots.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But for an unknown reason, this detail was left out of the coroner's report. So
Because of negligence. There's so much negligence.
yeah, it's kind of, I don't know.
Oh, it's annoying.
It's
But
weird.
anyway,
It's weird.
Bizarre to me. Why would you just not include
Yeah, I don't know.
them? Anyway, anyway,
Anyways,
my job was just to look at the stomach, okay?
yeah, apparently.
Like, fuck.
So police expected the remaining members of the Martin family to surface as well,
Yeah.
but they never did.
Weird.
Or did they?
Dun, dun, dun.
So the discovery of Susan and Virginia's bodies proved that the family had, in fact, ended up in the Columbia River, whether by accident or foul play. This led many to wonder where the family could have gone into the river. The prevailing theory was that they entered the river in the Cascade Locks area. A report had come in from a fisherman who had spotted two bodies floating down the river on May 2nd, just before Susan and Virginia were discovered. Yeah. So the bodies had been floating towards the Bonneville Dam, where Virginia's body would later be recovered. So the bodies were essentially moving west, I believe.
Okay.
So like back to Portland, essentially. So Cascade Locks had been named after a lock system that was built into the water. Locks are devices made up of chambers that are used to raise and lower boats between different levels of water along a river or canal.
Interesting.
So there's actually one. So there's one in St. Catharines. So it's like when you're driving out of Niagara on the lake, there's like the other way. There's like the one usual way that we like leave Niagara on the lake, but then there's the other way sometimes that it takes us, and we drive by. We literally have to like drive through the locks, essentially.
Oh.
Have you ever been that way?
I don't know, actually.
Here, because I was like, this sounds familiar.
I don't actually know. I haven't really driven through St. Catharines that much.
Which is fair. I did live there for 2 years.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense
fair.
why.
So did Liv.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever like, maybe I've driven through it like once, but I've never really like been to
It's called the Welland Canal Lock.
Let's see. I have never driven through that. No.
So it's like if you drive on it, it just looks, it kind of looks like
maybe
a bridge,
actually.
but it's actually a lock system. So they like lower, like if a boat's going through, they have to like raise shit and
don't they have that in Hamilton as well?
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine Hamilton.
Because I feel like I've driven through that on the border of like Hamilton and Burlington. Because one time I remember the bridge was up and I was just like, holy hell, I've been here for 200 years.
Oh, that is that the little bridge that's beside the Skyway?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a lock system or just
like a bridge.
they have to raise the bridge because the boat's coming. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Anyway, so many believed that on their way home to Portland, the family had stopped by the locks to sightsee, but they had accidentally driven off the road into the river. But police had thoroughly searched this area of the river back in December and nothing had been found.
Interesting.
So once it became public that Susan and Virginia had been found, two men who worked on a barge came forward and reported a strange experience they had while out on the Columbia River on May 1st. The barge had been out in the Dales area, close to where the tire tracks and paint chips were discovered. The workers had dropped an anchor into the river and it had snagged on an object that seemed large and possibly metal. After getting the
Seems
anchor...
like a car.
Yeah. Could maybe be a car.
Could perhaps be a car.
So after getting the anchor freed, they noticed what appeared to be a bunch of clothes floating to the surface.
Oh my god, that's low-key horrifying.
Yeah, right? So at the time, the workers thought nothing of it. It was only days later, when two bodies were discovered, that they understood its significance. With this new information, police finally decided to search the Dales area. However, due to low visibility, police were unable to perform a proper search and no additional searches were conducted. Which I'm like, why would you not go back out and like try again to search? They were just like, I can't see today. Fuck it.
Forget it.
Yeah, I'm like,
Forget
what?
about it forever.
Pardon?
Like, why? Negligence.
So on May 28th, police received calls from 3 separate witnesses who said they saw what looked like the body of a man in a dark coat floating in the Columbia River near the Bonneville Dam. However, dam authorities scoured the area and were not able to locate a body and suggested that perhaps the witnesses had just seen debris floating in the river. No further searches for this alleged body were conducted.
Well done.
Like,
well done.
that's why I was like, none of the other bodies were discovered, or were they? Because we have the sighting of someone seeing a man in the river, and then they were just like, no, we can't find it, so you must have been incorrect. So
it must have been debris shaped as a human.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There's a difference between like a human body and like a log.
Yes,
but
there
anyway,
are.
So police also considered another potential suspect with a possible motive. Donald Martin, the son of Kenneth and Barbara.
I remember this case
Yes.
now. Now it's
There
all coming back to me.
it is.
Yep, that was
Yep.
that. I needed that fact to
Yes.
shake my
So,
brain loose.
They had the 3 girls, but they also had an older son. So 28-year-old Donald was currently in the Navy and stationed in New York. He had been estranged from his parents and sisters, possibly for a justified reason. It's been speculated that Donald had been involved with a man, which in the 1950s would likely not have been accepted by society or his family. Allegedly, Kenneth and Barbara had caught Donald with this man and subsequently sent him off to a religious school and then the Navy. A few years before the family vanished, Donald had been working at a department store called Meyer and Frank. Donald was fired from this job for allegedly stealing around $2,000 worth of items. In order to avoid criminal charges, Kenneth had paid for the items. And one of these items stolen was a .38 caliber handgun. And this handgun was determined to be the exact same gun that was found buried by the river in Cascade Locks, the one that guy found, and then police were like, you can just keep it.
That was like, hey, guy who we said you could keep the gun, can we circle back to that real quick?
I don't know how they determined if they didn't have the gun that it was the same gun, but all the sources I found,
maybe they like looked at,
maybe they recorded the serial number.
Yeah, they probably recorded it and then were like, you can keep it.
Yeah. So police spoke with Donald twice, first in a phone interview in February and later face-to-face in June. He told investigators he couldn't think of anyone who would want to harm his family, nor any reason they would be targeted, but at the same time, he seemed reluctant to accept that their deaths were the result of an accident. When questioned about the gun, Donald claimed he hadn't stolen it himself, suggesting instead that it may have been taken by his friend Wayne, or possibly by Wayne's friend who worked in the sporting goods section of the Meyer and Frank department store.
So Wayne's fake friend then. Okay. Seems believable.
Yes, Wayne's fake friend who doesn't have a name.
Who doesn't have a name, who doesn't exist.
Is maybe potentially you, Donald?
Donald, is that you?
Wayne's friend? So Wayne was actually well known to the family, and he had been working as a teacher at Cascade Locks High School. So he did live in that area.